If you were to select up here from the navigation bar and go to My Lessons, you will still get the same lessons, but they appear just slightly different. This is a much more abridged version. You simply get what the lesson is, what the maximum grade is that you can get, and you also get the deadline. This is important because every online lesson has a deadline, and you must complete the lesson on or before the deadline. Once the deadline comes, the lesson will automatically close, and then it is not open or available for you to complete. Online lessons and in-class work are both required in order for you to graduate from the program. So simply put, you must complete the online lessons and you must complete the classroom instruction. So your attendance is required at both. My suggestion is for you to do the online lesson before you come to the classroom session. So for instance, before you come to the first night where we're going to do orientation, we're also covering EMS systems, workforce safety, and medical legal issues. So you are going to be required to complete this online lesson before you come on the first night of orientation. By clicking on the link, you'll see that you come to what we call the landing page. From the landing page, there are always some chapter buttons at the bottom. If you click on chapter 1 and 2, you'll see that it's going to open up the next sections, and this is where your online lessons are kept. Simply click on the video and the video will begin.
Lecture on EMS systems for the emergency medical technician.
You will need to have internet access as these are streamed from YouTube, but these are all of the chapter lectures that go along with the textbook that you're going to be receiving. Once you've finished the lecture, you can continue on to the next portion. And this particular section here is broken up into multiple chapters and multiple links. So you will progress through each one of these. And you can also see that besides your chapter 1 and 2, bloodborne pathogens is also covered here. When you get to the last one, it will say return to landing page. When you click on that, it brings you back to the main landing page, and then you can go on to the next chapter. And this is the medical legal section. Once you've finished medical legal, click on back to landing page, and then you always click on the finish lesson button. Once you click on finish lesson, this says I have watched all the video lessons and I'm ready to finish this lesson. This is your affirmation statement to us and your accountability that says you have completed all of that work. Click on agree and then submit, and your lesson will be complete. Your lesson will be graded and then it will show in your grade book. In order to view your grade book, come up to grades. It's asking me if I want to leave because I have not pressed submit yet, and I'm going to say yes, I do. And then I'm going to go to the grade book. Your grade book will show you all of the grades for the course to include all of your lessons as well as all of your quiz grades. So you can see here are my lessons. I have not received any grades as of yet, but I can get a maximum of 100, and then it will total up what my total for the end of the lessons is here, as well as all of my quiz grades. Here's each individual quiz. I have no recorded grades as of yet, but I have a maximum scoring possibility of 100 on each of those. And when I answer the affirmation statement, it will also export a grade here. As your program instructor and coordinator, we will be checking the grade book every week, and we will be maintaining a status of where you are in regards to your online lessons and quizzes. And again, each of these quizzes, if we come up here, I'll go to the My Quizzes section. Each of these quizzes, as you can see, there's a link, but they also have a close date. You do not want to miss the close dates on your quizzes, much like you don't want to miss the close dates on your lessons. Failure to complete and pass any lesson or quiz is an incomplete for the course. All quizzes do require you to get at least a passing score, which for us, we take a look at the average of all of your quizzes averaged together. That must be an 80% or higher. So you may get 100s on some, you may get 70s on others, but when everything is done and averaged out, you must have an 80% or higher. In order to take a quiz, simply click on the link itself. It's going to tell you that you have 2 attempts and you have a 30-minute time limit. So don't take the quiz and then think, oh, I'm going to go take a break, or I'm going to go do something else, or I'm going to go on a call. Make sure that you're able to carve out 30 minutes of your time to sit and take the quiz. Once the time runs out, whatever you have answered will be submitted. I click on Attempt Quiz. I confirm I want to start the attempt, and then this will open up the quiz for me. Now you'll see right here that the timer has started, and you'll see right here how many total questions that I have. There's a total of 15. So I have 30 minutes for 15 questions. There are 10 questions displayed on each page. In order to answer the question, I simply make a selection and then I move down. Once I've completed everything on this page, I will click Next, finish out the rest of my questions, and then I will click a button that says Submit. It'll ask me to verify that I'm ready to submit, and then once it's submitted, you'll automatically receive a grade right away. If you fail this quiz, you do get one more attempt. My suggestion, don't take the attempt right away. Wait and study, then go back and attempt the second time. Failure of these quizzes will ultimately affect your overall average at the bottom, which could mean a failure for the course. Other areas, if we go to resources, this is an important section for you. You'll see that the directions for online use, behavioral agreement, all the information that we talked about before is listed here as their resources. You will see some of the links that we have to outside training programs, which are required for you to complete, are also here. But most importantly, under the resources, you'll see the AMR clinical ride time student paperwork. As I said, all students are required to do clinicals, and you are going to do yours at American Medical Response in Manchester. This is paperwork that must be completed. These are patient care reports. We'll talk more about those when you get to your first night of orientation. And then there are trauma patient assessments, some common abbreviations. These are all things that we will talk more about once you arrive. And then lastly, under schedules, this is where you will click to actually indicate what days you would like to do your clinical ride time with AMR. And you'll see here are all of the available dates and times. You will simply select one and submit that, and then that will become the time that you're going to do your clinicals. We're working on your hospital rotation clinicals, and those will be added up to the online center very shortly. Anytime that you run into any technical issues or problems, click on Help, and this will bring you to our online support center where you can open up a new ticket, fill this out, and then we'll get back with you as soon as we can. Thanks for watching the tutorial, and good luck. We'll see you on the first day of orientation.